Good morning. It's Uncle Chucky again. Well, we've got lots of sunlight, which is good because we have lots of ice out there that needs melting. In fact, I tried to go start the car yesterday and I couldn't even get to it. Couldn't even get to the garage to get the salt to melt the ice, so it's a good thing we've got something melting going on. Anyway, I thought I would talk for a very little bit today about why I have gone into what we will call found object psionics, what these videos have essentially been about. And it's really very simple. Psionics is the means by which psychic functioning is made easier. That is what machines do. They make things easier. You can walk across town, or you can drive your car. One may take you 3 days, the other may take you a half hour. So the problem is getting machines that are accessible, that everyone can use, and don't cost a bloody fortune. When I got into this, commercial psionic devices were extremely expensive. $1,000 would be nothing to spend for a good one. There were cheaper ones on the market for a couple hundred, but they were horribly made. Basically 2-dial devices with a tiny little amplifier. And the manufacturing cost was probably about $4.45 or something in those days. And I didn't want to spend that kind of money, so I set out to make my own. And then I wrote books on how people could make their own. In fact, it was really funny when my first book on psionics came out. My then editor, Phyllis Galdi, called a bookstore owner in Florida. So we're going to have this book coming out about radionics. And he said, "Oh, I love radionics. I just spent $800 for a radionics box." And she said, "This book teaches people how to make one for 10. And she told me that she heard this really loud clunk on the other end of the line. It seems that the man she was talking to had fainted. I can hardly blame him. So, but we were still stuck with making things and sticking dials and all that, which is fun. I like dials. I'm old-fashioned. I remember when you had to turn dials on the box to get the little people to appear. And how they fit those little people into those flat things. I mean, it must hurt terribly when they get squished like that. But in any event, where was I? I came up with this thing called found object psionics. But everyday gadgets that could be used for psionic emitting. And that came about because I was doing radio interviews, and they would always ask me, well, what can people do right now with stuff they've got in their home? And so, have you got a flashlight? And that's where it came from. And there's another agenda to this. It's very simple. Psionics, well, it has all kinds of interesting societal implications, is the big word people say. And let's put it this way, it scares the big Jesus out of some people. As well it probably should. What this stuff does, by using found objects, flashlights, walkie-talkies, small radio transmitters you can find in a toy store, toy ray guns. These are devices that cannot be controlled. They cannot be regulated. Everyone has flashlights. We have lots of flashlights. We have almost a flashlight fetish here. What are they going to do about it? There's nothing they can do about it. That is the agenda, to make people powerful in ways that cannot be stopped, cannot be controlled, and cannot be regulated. And so this is why I have all these fun things to do with stuff you have laying around the house. And the fact that I'm cheap. Anyway, this is Uncle Chucky. Hopefully more ice will melt. Hopefully the car will start. Have a good day.